Welcome back, trackside, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, powered by Swift Motorsports, comes at you live from the high banks of Chicagoland Speedway. It's the Chi-Town Showdown. 125 laps around this 1.5 mile D-shaped oval, nestled just out of Chicago, right here in beautiful sunny Joliet, Illinois. How you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. And speaking of trackside, we're going to jump out there a little bit earlier than usual because these drivers already out on track, trying to see who will start from that coveted pole position here tonight. 3 different race winners in 3 races to start out the season. That top spot is a coveted spot, and for the time being, Carter Casey sits top of the speed charts with quick time here in qualifying. 30.95 for the Chevy Silverado of Carter Casey. Carter went to victory lane in the season opener, looking to get back to victory lane once again. Dalton Fredericks, just outside of the top 5, had a clinic at the road course second weekend. He's yet to get back to victory lane. Last week's race winner, Harrison Mitchell, gonna slide inside the top 10 with his first time run. A lot of drivers, a lot of trucks here tonight. 17 on the speed charts with another 15 to go. We'll hit some of those timing scoring charts over to the left-hand side of your screen just as things sort themselves out a little bit. So as the music fades and time ticks away, drivers get an eyeball that top spot. And new quick time here from Chicagoland Speedway. John McMillan Jr. Gonna go top of the speed charts. He's gonna pick up that Ayers Eye Racing provisional pole for the moment. Will he set sail as your pole sitter here tonight with just 2 minutes remaining on the stopwatch and upwards of 10 drivers yet to put in a time lap? Can McMillan Jr. hold off the field? There's a little look at your scoring charts. McMillan Jr. top of the speed charts. John Wimbish right there with a fast qualifying time. Nick Hunt inside the top 5, fast as always. Behind the wheel of that number 21 machine, Todd Craig at a start inside your top 5. Logan Hartman, David Duran Jr., Justin Gann, LZ Daly turning in a time lap. Tommy Haynes in the 17 machine. The Toyota powered 17 going to have a slow first time lap. Will he be able to pick it up here on lap number 2 and break inside of, let's see, I'll try to eyeball the top 15 here. With 25 drivers on the speed charts, looks like that's going to do it for qualifying with just about 60 seconds remaining. Craig going to get bumped outside of the top 20, outside of the top 5. And Justin Gann going to put it top of the speed charts. Quick time belongs to the fast Ford at the front. And Justin Gann going to bring his 30 truck into that coveted inside row number 1, the pole position here tonight. Does anybody have anything for him? Brian Hintz out there on the track trying to lay down a fast time, but he's going to be hard pressed to turn in 1 lap here. And I'm not sure he's going to get it. 30 seconds remain, and it does indeed look like Gann will walk away with the Ayers Eye Racing paints pole position. Waiting to see if Hitz is going to be able to turn this time lap in. Daniel Krim out on track as well, but a little too late for that 47 Ford F-150. Krim not going to be able to turn in a lap. Hitz right here on it. Will he get it? Looks like time's going to run out, and Justin Gann will take that top spot here in qualifying. So we're going to step away for a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside after the flyover has finished. Drivers making their way through pre-race inspection as we have a few moments want to reflect back 22 years to a day that has joined a day in infamy here in the United States for us all. September 11th, the anniversary here today. Everybody remembers where they were. Everybody remembers what they were doing and what went on. And we would like to again remember all of those fallen on that day and defending our freedoms abroad since that day. So again, just like to keep that fresh in everybody's minds as these drivers try to give us something to celebrate our freedom here from Chicagoland Speedway in tonight's Chi-Town Showdown for Performance Motorsports Truck Series, powered by Airzone Racing Paints and Swift Motorsports. Final few drivers are making their way to their starting position, so we're going to get a little closer to the track. What do you say? Let's jump down there. Where do we go? And looks like here we are on the front stretch. A lot of good looking machines in the field here tonight as we get set to fire things off for the first time. 125 laps over 185 miles of racing action coming at you here in just a handful of seconds. It looks like we're hearing word on the official channels to the pace truck. It is time to start it up and get things fired off here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. So as you hear the sounds in the background, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Chi-Town Showdown, brought to you by Performance Motorsports. Starting inside row number one, snatching the Airzone Racing Paints pole award here tonight behind the wheel of that Rich DPC number 30. Justin Gann brings us to the green flag. John McMillan Jr. will start just to his outside with John Wimbish and Nick Hunt back in row number two. Row number three here tonight, 24 machine of David Duran Jr. followed by the 38 of Hunter Collier. Elsie Daly and Todd Cray back in row number 4. And in row number 5 tonight, behind the wheel of the 32, is Darren Clement with previous race winner Dalton Fredericks rounding out your top 10. Roman Wasserman back in row number 6. And in row number 7 tonight from Chicagoland Speedway, Gary May and Bailey Dutton. Gary Wells, Carter Casey. Back in row 8, row number 9, Jerry Cochran and Brinson Hunt, Lee Campbell and Harrison Mitchell round out your top 20. Rest of the field looks a little something like this as we roll through 3 and 4. We're going to get set to unleash the beast here tonight. For the first time from Chicagoland Speedway, pace truck into the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies. Green flag flies, and we have got a quick caution, trouble in the back. Willie Nelson, Stephen Ayers Jr. gonna have some problems. Early issues here tonight already plaguing the field. Let's go back and let's see what happened with Willie. There you go, already coming together. 62 on the outside. We're going to take a look at this one more time. Stephen Ayers Jr. clipping the 51 of John McMillan Sr. Those two are going to go around, have a little bit of a discussion. We'll take one more look at it from above. There you can see just early to the outside is the 62. The 51 going to get hooked here. The 4 going to get piled into from behind to pick up a little bit of damage. So Brandon Freeze does not come out of this one clean. So that's going to put us under caution for the first time right away back behind the pace truck. Justin Gann will bring us to the tail end of that Chevy Silverado, and 2-3 drivers already. Heavy damage here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. The 97 of Shane Bliss and the 62 of Stephen Ayers Jr. on pit road already. Looks like both drivers will make it off of pit lane. They'll stay on the lead lap for the time being. We'll see if they come back down pit road. As we do find ourselves under caution here, I want to take a moment to give a big tip of the cap to the man that started in the 4th position behind the wheel of that chromed out down below. Nick Hunt, fantastic job in qualifying. Starting near the front of the field, the 00 has had a fair amount of speed over the opening 3 weeks here in the Truck Series. Has just kind of failed to put it all together. He's had those good solid nights, but just had a little bit of trouble putting everything together and piecing together that run that we know he's capable of. We've seen speed out of that 00. We've just got to see, I don't want to say the consistency, but we got to see the commitment to finishing where you're running. Minimizing the mistakes late in the race, minimizing those pit road errors. All gotta, the stars almost have to align unless you're just lights out, head and shoulders above the field, as we've seen a clinic held by Dalton Fredericks at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in week number 2. Just an absolute clinic on how to drive these trucks on a road course. So again, a great run so far for Hunt. We'll see if he's going to be able to keep it up there. John Wimbish, also one of those drivers looking to try to turn his season around. Very early in the season, but Wimbish has had troubles every single week. Will tonight be the first night that he's going to be able to avoid disaster and finish where he runs throughout the course of the night? He's been inside of the top 15, been inside of the top 10, but trouble just seems to find that Sirius XM Tide Pod. 56 Chevy Silverado of Wimbish, a long way to go, still 120 laps remaining when we cross the line this time by. The field will receive the one to go, and we'll drop the hammer once again here on the Chi-Town Showdown. Large field, gonna go back single file, little mix of drivers coming to pit lane, topping off with fuel. A handful of these drivers unscathed in our first caution on lap number 1. Looks like they're just trying to get off of the fuel cycle a little bit different here, give themselves a buffer as the Chevy Silverado jumps out the way. We will get back underway here from Chicagoland Speedway. Green flag flies once again. Gonna go back through the field just a little bit, try to watch some of the action in some of these battles. Woo! Jockeying for position. 24 of David Duran gonna go from the bottom to the top of the speedway and look to take that second spot away from John Wimbish. Now we got 3 wide for the race lead. 3 wide for the race lead. Short-lived, but here comes Duran Jr. on the top of the speedway, and new race leader at Chicago. Duran goes to the front. Duran gonna go to the top of the speed charts and begin to walk away. 3, 4, 5 truck length advantage for David Duran Jr. as we cross the line. Lap number 8 gonna go on the board. Gonna drop that timing and scoring a little bit earlier than normal. Lap number 2 after the caution now underway. Wimbish all over the tail end of a can. Mike Rominger running outside of the top 5, sitting back in the 8th position. He's going to turn in the fastest lap of the race with 31 flat last time around. Race leader's going to cross the stripe this time by. We'll see what those lap times look like. As we do have drivers jockeying for position here. Back mid-pack around that 10th position there. You can see the 6 of Daly. Darren Clement right there, the 33 All-Star 15 TV. Ford F-150 of Gary Wells. He's starting to make some moves up through the field. How about Brian Wasserman in the 57 truck? Handful of drivers in the top 10, all single file. Looks like they're all going to come in line heading down the backstretch all the way through your top 10. Single file now as we watch battles outside of your top 15. The Peak Racing number 58 of Harrison Mitchell in the 98 of Brenton Hunt going at it on the track. Looks like Nick Hunt going the wrong direction for the moment. Nick Hunt going to drop from 4th, now back to 8th, down 4 positions from where he qualified. Let's take a look at him here side by side with the Hungry pack behind. The night of Mike Rominger right here, ready to pounce. Darren Clement in the bush. Light. At 32, he's waiting in the wings. Gary Wells, there's Wasserman, Daly, Casey, all right here knotted up with each other as side-by-side racing has clogged the backstretch. Gonna jump around a little bit more. What do you say? Let's see if we can't find some more battles out there for you on the track. Spots up for grabs outside of your top 20. There you can find the 99 of Jared Libstruer and the 40 of Logan Hartman. Great run from center off for that Hartman's Designs number 40 machine of Logan Hartman. He's going to pick up a head of steam. Dive down to the bottom, heading into turn number 3. Will he have enough to get the forward bite off of the corner? So close. They're going to drag race to the start and finish line, but the 99 will have the advantage at the line. Lipster keeps 19th. Oh, big moment for the 99. He's got a big bobble on the bottom of the racetrack, and Lipster going to lose the spot to Hartman and give up another position to Grim. Meanwhile, front of the field, side-by-side racing action for your race lead. Here we go. Cross the start-finish line coming at you into turn number 1. Battle for that race lead. Will we have a third different race leader? As they're still side-by-side through turns 1 and 2. High side beginning to show that momentum, that energy from being able to keep the RPMs up just a little bit higher. Duran Jr. will take and keep that top spot. A lot of great cameras trackside. So a big tip of the cap to all the guys and girls working hard behind the scenes to make these shots work. What about the slide job by Justin Gann? Oh, into the wall. 56 of Wimbish going to catch a piece of that outside wall. Justin Gann going to slide up, and whoa, we've got a caution. Caution on the speedway. Looks like Willie Nelson may have been involved in this latest accident. The latest incident on track. Tell you what, do we have one, guys? Can we take a look at that one? Do we got it? It looks like we do have some drone footage, so let's go check the replay. I'm just arguing over real estate. The 97 of Shane Bliss and the 25 of Willie Nelson, they're going to come together. Hard little hit there for the 25. We're going to take one more look at it. Things going to tighten up out of turn number 4, and across the nose goes the 25 and into that outside wall. And that's going to put us under caution for the second time here tonight as we head back up front with your race leader, David Duran Jr., behind that grid ranking. Fast lane number 24, Chevy Silverado. Duran Jr. leads this field. Now, second caution of the night, I would expect to see the majority of drivers come down pit road. And just as I say that on cue, they all make that hard left-hand turn and come down pit lane. See if we've got anybody brave enough to stay out. Looks like everybody is going to come to pit lane. So as drivers make their way to their pit boxes, we're going to step away from just a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
coast. You'll need to tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.
And welcome back, trackside, as drivers ready to receive the one to go. This time around, we'll go double file. Get ready to drop the hammer once again in the Chi-Town Showdown. Right here from Chicagoland Speedway. Good buddy Joe Hugo gonna hit the lights in the pace truck and get ready for these drivers to roll off once again. Justin Gann's pit crew, phenomenal job down there on pit lane, bringing him out of the pits in the top spot. David Duran Jr. gonna slide back to second. Todd Craig gonna start outside row number 2 with John Wimbish just to his inside. Dalton Fredericks and John McMillan Jr. inside of your top 6. Nick Hunt, Hunter Collier, Brian Wasserman, and Carter Casey round out your top 10 for this latest restart. So we'll get a little closer to the action, get a little closer to the track as drivers get ready to set sail once again. Boss man in the flag stand awaiting these drivers to nail the gas and get back underway. Just over 100 laps remaining in tonight's Chi-Town Showdown as we're on the gas and green flag flies once again here from Chicago. Close racing action at the front of the field. Teammates gonna go nose to tail as Durant goes back to the top spot. Gonna reclaim that race lead. John Wimbish now has a challenge from McMillan Jr. looking to his inside, side by side for 4th. Drivers getting stacked up, staggered from the bottom of the racetrack up to the top, dealing with the dirty air on these restarts. We're going to take a look through this field just inside of your top 15. Knocking on the door of a top 10, there's the 57 of Brian Wasserman. Picking up 1 position so far here tonight. Wasserman looking for a little more. Drivers look to be holding on as these tires get up to temperature. Looking for that maximum grip, that I don't want to say the perfect temperature, because that temperature is going to continue to change over the course of this run. But with only 101 laps to go, drivers really got to eyeball strategies now, right? They all came to pit road under our latest caution, lap number 18. So now it's just over 100 laps remaining. Now these drivers are going to have to go about 106 laps since the drop of that green flag. Chi-Town, Chicagoland, always one of the tracks that can lend its hand to fuel mileage and tire strategy. We'll see who's willing to risk what here tonight. The Chi-Town Showdown brought to you by Performance Motorsports, in conjunction and partnership with Ayers Eye Racing Paints, RB Custom Rigs, Mountain Mafia Kennels, Beef Jerky Unlimited, Butt Kicker, and Swift Motorsports. You can find Swift Motorsports right there on the iRacing.com league directories. If you're looking to get on track and you're looking to have some fun in a trunk series, look no further than Swift. So this battle still raging on for positions inside of the top 10. The 20 of Dalton Frederick's going to get jumped way up the track. He's going to lose 2, make that 3, 4 positions now as Wasserman looks to the inside. The Real Tree, number 2, Chevy Silverado of Carter Casey. Dangerously close to being freight trained on that high lane. Looks to be heading in the wrong direction for the moment. Going to be able to corral the truck and keep it headed in the right direction. Looks like Logan Hartman's had some problems. He's going to head to pit lane. So about 10 laps after the green flag flies, we're going to jump around the track, jump around the field, trying to bring you as many of the battles as we can. This is a Hornet's Nest if I've ever seen one. From Daly all the way back to Haynes, the drivers all over each other. See these 5 guys knotted up. We're going to go 3 wide down the backstretch as the 72 of Jerry Cochran III. Going to put that Grayson Jade photography. Silverado to the test down at the bottom of the racetrack. Going to pick up 2 positions. The 17 of Haynes looking to do the same. Interesting enough to see that high lane not really working to the benefit of a handful of these truck drivers, as it is benefiting 1 or 2 of them along the way. Just a very interesting look as we take a look off of the snap-on. Number 6 Ford F-150 of Daly looking back at Tommy Haynes, Mike Brominger, Carter Casey back there in 14th. Handful of drivers carrying these onboard camera shots for us. And it looks like that camera malfunctioning a little bit, so we'll go to the Ford onboard with Gary Wells. That All-Star 15 TV Nerds Doing Nerds thing, sponsored number 33. Working his way inside of a top 20, has a solid gap back to the 5 Valvoline machine of Gary May, who runs in 22nd. See how the rest of this run works out for Wells. Back up to this big battle, though. It's continuing to rage on. Nick Hunt, Mike Rominger, Tommy Haynes, Harrison Mitchell, they're all lined up right here. John Wimbish sitting in 6th. The big battle from 5th on back. There you can see the 15 of John McMillan Jr. He's trying to hang on to the front 4. Kind of running in no man's land here on lap number 33. McMillan Jr. trying to run down the top 4 while losing the guys behind, being led by the Grayson Jade photography number 72, who's up 11 positions from where he qualified. Great run to the front from Cochran. Side by side behind him, and that's going to allow that 72 to skate away just a little bit, but he's got a long way to go to catch up to McMillan Jr. A race of comers and goers so far here tonight. We're going to highlight a handful of those guys making moves to get to the front. How about this guy right here, bottom of the racetrack? Had a pretty good lap times in happy hour, but unfortunately unable to show the speed in single lap qualifying. The 99 qualified way outside of your top 10. Now up 25 positions all the way to second. Jared Lipscher getting the job done here. Big move to the bottom of the racetrack. Almost a bit of a block across the nose of that 24. Those 2 drivers going to keep it sorted out, but teammates It'll link up at the top of the racetrack, try to dominate and draft their way around that 99 of Libstra. Big tip of the cap to Jerry Cochran as well, running in 6th. He's up 11 positions. Tommy Haynes has 14 points, or 14 positions in his back pocket. Stephen Ayers Jr. going to go from the back to the front as well. Stephen started back in the 24th position, now running all the way up inside of your top 10, up 15 spots from where he qualified. Stephen Ayers Jr. runs in 9th. Dalton Fredericks, one of the drivers heading backwards for the moment, down 10 spots from where he qualified from 10th to 20th. The 20 truck having a little bit of a struggle. We're going to go 3 wide down the back stretch now with the 24 who was just battling for that overall race lead. He's now got the 72 and the 15 to deal with. Here comes the 17 of Tommy Haynes. Teammates front of the field, they were able to link up and they have left the rest behind. Jared Libster, we're going to stay in contact, stay in tow. Your top 3 single file out of 2. About a quarter of the way through tonight's race, and we have got ourselves quite a long green flag run on our hands. 2 quick cautions early here tonight, slowing us down for a moment, but now these Performance Motorsports Truck Series drivers giving it all. They've got laid it all out on the line. Top 4 starting to move away as Jerry Cochran has caught your top 3. We'll jump around the track once again. Let's go take a look at this battle around that top 10 position. John Wimbish running in 11th. Nick Hunt, Carter Casey, Elsie Daly, Harrison Mitchell, Terry Clement, Brian Wasserman, all knotted up in this group. One driver slow on the bottom of the racetrack. That looks to be John McMillan Sr. He was on pit road for quite an extended stay. It looks like just trying to make a lap at speed, get back down pit road and trying to continue to fix and work on his ride. 3 wide again, but Clement at the bottom. And you know, that's a beautiful thing about Chicagoland Speedway. Very wide track. It's wide on the back stretch, wide on the front stretch. It's wide in the corners. But you gotta be careful. You gotta tiptoe. You walk on eggshells a little bit in a 3 wide situation. The 2 goes way up the racetrack. The 2 of Carter Casey almost into that outside wall. No changes at the front of the field. Justin Gann, your pole sitter, remains out front with Todd Cray sitting in 2nd. Jerry Cochran, the 3rd, going to run in that 3rd position with Tommy Haynes. Jared Lipshaw rounding out to your top 5. Less than 20 laps to go before we reach that halfway point here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. You're watching the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, brought to you by Ayers Eye Racing Paints and Swift Motorsports. Dalton Fredericks going to hit that outside wall. Little touch, scrape of the outside wall for that 20 truck. The All-Star 15 TV machine going to have a little bit of trouble. We're going to go 3 wide racing. Let's take a look here. Oh, contact. Wimbish going to come down the track just a little bit. Catch the nose of that 98 of Brinson Hunt. Great recovery by Hunt. He is going to lose a handful of positions as Wimbish struggling in the middle. So a lot of drivers look to be struggling with some grip right now. The 57 of Wasserman, he's heading to the back. The Mexican Pale Ale 57 machine is struggling. Gap slowly beginning to develop at the front of this field. Brinson Hunt going to get passed by Bailey Dutton. That's going to be for 19th. That's the battle on screen. Let's transition a little further up through the field. Let's take a look at the beginning of this pack. Battle underway. Harrison Mitchell looks to take the spot away from Bailey. He's going to slide, job his way around. Woo! Darren Clement almost into the outside wall, but look at that momentum. The two absolutely come flying. Off of turn number 4, followed Clement through the triangle and right into position. Not much going on at the front. Change for that second position. Whoa, we've got trouble. Trouble on the front stretch. Darren Clement's gonna pay some of the landscaping dues here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Looks like Jared Limstruer, he's gonna catch the van into this one. He's gonna be onto pit lane. The 58 of Harrison Mitchell also onto pit lane after contact with the 32 of Clement. As we transition back out front here, you can see once again Tommy Haynes reeling in the drivers at the front. As more drivers to pit road, so possible green flag pit stops underway here from Chicagoland. Todd Craig going to give up that second position to Cochran the third. Tommy Haynes going to run in a close fourth. And here it is, drivers to pit lane. Green flag pit stops have begun. New race leader at the front. John McMillan Jr. becomes our third different race leader of the night as he stays out at least one extra lap. Gary May, Lee Campbell also going to stay out, so your top 5 running it a little long on this fuel run. Carter Casey back in second. Dalton Fredericks third. Gary May fourth, and Lee Campbell rounds out your top 5. McMillan Jr. going to bring the Canada Exalta sponsored 15 Silverado down pit lane. Gets it road up to pit speed. Dalton Fredericks, Carter Casey going to join him on to pit road. Top 5 all down to pit lane. It's going to put the field back in the hands of this man right here, Justin Gann. With a great pit stop, able to put over a second gap between himself and Todd Cray. But how about the sneaky Jared Limstruer? He came to pit road 2 laps prior to this field, and look at him with a head of steam. Close right in on that rear deck lid of Justin Gann. Limstruer unable to make that jump. Kudos to Limstruer and the crew chief for trying something different, right? They came to pit road 2 laps prior. And then Gann looked to jump him, looked to have that short pit leapfrog Gann for the top spot. It almost worked, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and we're not playing either one. We're talking the horsepower here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. And Gann, Lipstruer, and Cray, class of the field. Trying to eyeball some of those numbers on pit road, and it looks like job well done and a tip of the cap to the entire field. It would have come down pit road, no pit road penalties, no pass-throughs, no tickets handed out by those pesky pit road police. So clean and green through the round of green flag pit stops here. Your top 3 packed up running single file at the front of this field. Justin Gann leads Jared Limstruer and Todd Cray. Mike Rominger a 2.2 second deficit. Looking to get his ChevyAccessories.com. Number 9 machine a little closer to the front and possibly walk away with a podium position at the end of tonight's Chi-Town Showdown. John McMillan Jr. going to look to the inside of the 17. 1 lap differential on those two tires, or those two trucks' tires, so the tires so close to grip level, so close, looks like just the head of steam right now for McMillan Jr. He's going to try to keep that momentum rolling in the right direction, but he's going to close right in on the tail end of the 24 grid rankings. Chevy Silverado up David Duran Jr., former race leader. Going to slow the run from McMillan Jr. just a bit. The big question I'm going to ask here is how long until these drivers have reeled in those top 3. Slowly but surely, Rominger is catching. He is gaining on those top 3. McMillan Jr. super fast right now as well. Last time around, almost a half a second faster than your race leader. So indeed, McMillan Jr. is on his way. Will teammates swap positions at the front, or will Limpster throw a monkey wrench into that plan? But Todd Gray possibly lead a lap here, get a point in his back pocket. That's going to help his point standings coming into tonight's race. Looking at that top 10 coming into tonight's points championship, and Todd Gray nowhere to be found. Race leader, your Ayers High Racing Paints pole center here tonight. Justin Gann just inside of that top 10, sitting 32 points out of the top spot. So leading the most laps, the pole position, and a checkered flag would do leaps and bounds for that number 30 wrench DPC. Ford F-150 holding down the front of the field. Rominger has arrived. McMillan Jr. is on scene. Your top 5 all back with each other, just 10 laps after the round of green flag pit stops, and here we go. Rominger gonna make a move with a big wiggle on the top of the speedway. Big wiggle on the top for Rominger, still going to be able to capitalize and take that 3rd spot away from Limpster, who falls back to 5th. We want to stay right here with the battle for the top spot, but we also want to jump around, bring you some more of the action from around the track. Let's take a look here between Dalton Fredericks and Carter Casey. Battle going on just inside of your top 15. Battle between 2 previous race winners, but not battling for a race win here tonight. Casey and Fredericks just a little bit off tonight, and being a little bit off at a track like Chicago really shows itself. I mean, we're going to look at the timing and scoring charts. This last time by race leader Justin Gann going to turn in a 31:53. Fredericks with a 31:38. So just over a tenth faster than your race leaders, but unable to reel them in. You get yourself back in the pack and behind the 8 ball, and it makes for a long night here from Chicago. So we'll jump around the track once again, trying to find some more battles out there for you. What do you say we go back here? 3-way battle just outside of your top 25. Gary Wells battling with Brian Hitz and Ben Miller. Lap number 62 going to go on the board, so it's about that time. Why don't we go ahead and bring it to you now? Driver highlights and spotlights will start at the front of the field. The man showing the way walked away with the Airs High Racing Paint Spool Award. Justin Gann shows the way here in the Chi-Town Showdown. Teammate right behind him, Todd Gray, started back in 8th. He's picked up 6 positions. Gray now sits in 2nd. Solid night tonight for the man behind the wheel of that Canada Exalta sponsored number 15 Chevy Silverado, John McMillan Jr. looking to get to victory lane behind the wheel of this truck. He's been to victory lane 2 times behind the wheel of the Gen 4 Cup Series machine on Tuesday nights, but still looking for the first win. The truck. Solid evening tonight as well for this man behind the wheel of the Chevy Accessories number 9, Mike Rominger. Will give up the position to David Durant, but still inside of the top 5. Great run here tonight for Rominger. David Durant Jr., really great qualifying effort as well. The Milwaukee native going to pick up 1 position from where he qualified. The grid ranking fast lane number 24 of Durant going to take that 4th spot. He led a handful of laps. Our latest caution brought him out. He has had a bit of a struggle. I would say. A bit of a struggle, I would say, to get back to that top spot, really. So that's going to do it for your driver highlights and spotlights. Biggest mover of the race, this man right here behind the wheel of that number 99 machine, Jared Lipstruer. Up 21 positions from where he qualified. Lipstruer having a solid run. We'll see if he can finish things off. So that's going to do it for your driver highlights and spotlights. Rest of the mid-race report looks a little something like this. We've started with 33 drivers in the field tonight for the Chi-Town Showdown. We have still got 31 drivers out on the track, but a little less on the lead lap. Looks to be only 28 drivers left on the lead lap. And I do appreciate the feedback about the voice audio on the microphone. We had a little bit of a technical glitch just before coming on air tonight. So we tried to get all the settings exactly back where they needed, but you know how that goes. Sometimes some fine-tuning on the fly may be needed. Darren Clement going to have a little bit of a go. He's going to have some issues, and he's going to head straight down pit road, bring that Busch Light number 32 to the attention of his crew members. Meanwhile, we stay green flag racing here right at the front. Last time these guys were on pit road over 21 laps ago, and teammates continue to show the way out front. Justin Gann, Todd Corey, 1 and 2 with John McMillan Jr. lurking in the background. David Durant gonna fall back to 4th. Mike Rominger right there, still rounding out your top 5. And let us know if you're out there watching in the chat and you're checking us out. Well, I appreciate it. At any time you can ever point anything out to us, trust me, we never get mad here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're here for you guys at home, the TV fans, or the race fans in TV land. That's why we do what we do, and we're just glad you're here to join us week in, week out, each and every one-day night here with Swift Motorsports. Maybe you join in on Tuesday nights to watch the Cup Series. Got some great racing action coming up on Wednesday nights for you as well. Thursday nights booked up with the Masters of the Draft. So a lot of great racing action all week long, 7 days a week, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And again, we do appreciate any and all feedback out there. Constructive criticism can take you places in the world if you just listen. Hopefully the audio's fixed up for you and everything sounds good. We're going to continue things here at Chicagoland Speedway out front. I would say just about a handful of laps away from our second round of green flag pit stops. And I think it's gonna stretch the field a bit. I mean, we do have a handful of battles. Let's go back here. Let's go check this one out. You can see David Durant Jr. just off in the distance, running in fourth. Mike Rominger in fifth. Tommy Hayes, Jared Limpster in this number 99 machine. Whoa! Jerry Cochran in the third with a head of steam as Limpster to pit road. And just as we said, handful of laps until we see those green flag pit stops. Lipster began the round of green flag pit stops. Last time, he's going to be the first driver to pit road yet again. John Wimbish going to bring the tide, number 56, Sirius XM, Chevy Silverado down pit road as well. And caution on the speedway. Looks like trouble for Brandon Freeze. Brandon Freeze around backwards, no hood. That cannot be good. So we're going to take a look. Let's see what happened here with Freeze. If you can see the Ackerman Aviation Group, number 4 gets turned into that outside wallet. We've seen this, I don't want to say time and time again, but we've seen this a handful of times tonight. Drivers just drifting up a little bit and coming down the track just a little bit. Maybe the 98 down the track just a little bit more than what that 4 anticipated. And that's going to do it. That's going to bring the caution flag out. One more look at it there. There's the hook. There's the hit. Hit a big hit at the front of the field for that number 4 machine. So Justin Gann, race leader, will bring us to pit road. Caution number 3 flies on lap number 73. And with that being said, time to pay a few more of the bills. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here live from Chicagoland Speedway.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker, The future is feeling.
And we join the Chi-Town Showdown back under caution for the third time here tonight. Drivers are going to go double file as the one finger wave has been received. These truck lights are off. We're going to get ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by. Field going to make their way off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch. And we're going to get ready to fire it off for less than 50 laps remaining here tonight. The Chi-Town Showdown for the Swift Motorsports. Airzone Racing Paints. Performance Motorsports Trunk Series. Great. I don't want to call it a dominating performance, but a great performance turned in here tonight by your Airzone Racing Paints pole sitter. Justin Gann has done a phenomenal job keeping himself at the front of the field. Pace truck is in. We're ready to go, so it's time for me to hush and let the engines roar. Here from Chicago, green flag flies once again. Everybody chasing after Gann down into turn number 1, coming right at you. Side-by-side action now. Down into turn 3. Close racing for the front. Here comes McMillan Jr. McMillan Jr. gonna nose his way to the bottom. And he's gonna take that top spot. New race leader once again at the front. This will be our 6th different lead change of the night, but 7 gonna come right behind it, because here comes that powered by Nitro Wrench DPC. Number 30 machine of Justin Gann. Teammate Todd Cray in tow, right behind David Durant Jr. He's been here at the front. Oh my gosh, teammates almost into each other. Across the stripe, that's going to be too close for our eyes to call it. They're going to give the nod to Gann, though, at the top of the racetrack. Big push by teammate Todd Craig to put Gann at the bottom, and now he's going to get sandwiched in the middle. Drag race out of 2. Drag race out of turn 2. We're going to be stacked up 3 wide heading into turn number 3. The 24 going to stick it to the high side. Put Gann 3 wide in the middle for second. John McMillan Jr. seen that head of steam dissipate and go away, but a new race leader, or I believe that's going to be our 5th different race leader of the night, Todd Cray, going to put that powered by Nitro number 21 Rich DPC Chevy Silverado front of the field for the first time. That's going to make Cousin Jess a bit happier here tonight. Great solid run all night for Craig, but for the first time able to lead some laps here at Chicago. Drivers all over each other here on this latest restart. We're going to jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring you some more of the action. You can see drivers battling for positions just around that top 10 spot. Tommy Haynes, also Danley going at it 11th and 12th on the speedway. Wasserman trying to close in on the rail tree number 2 of Carter Casey. And how about the turn of events for Dalton Fredericks? We talked about him earlier here tonight, and he was all the way back in 20th. Down 10 positions from where he qualified, now going to be shown 2 spots ahead. Sitting in that 8th position. Great comeback story for Fredericks underway. So with lap number 84 now on the board, we want to take a look at some of that strategy that we talked about earlier. Jared Lipster, the man right here on screen behind the wheel of that number 99 machine. He's gone deep back in traffic, was running inside of your top three before he headed to pit road for his green flag pit stop. Caution came out while Lipster was on pit road, so he gave up a ton of time and ton of positions, had to start near the rear of the field. Just now making his way back inside of that top 20. So Lipster, long way to go. Can he stay calm, cool, and collected, knowing he's got speed underneath the hood of that bow tie? We'll see if he can't get that Silverado back out front. But for the meantime, let's head back up front. Battle still raging on between your top three, Cray, Durant, and Rominger. Now nose to tail with Justin Gann falling back to fourth. John McMillan Jr. rounds out your top five. Just around the corner from that 90 lap mark. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the racing they provide to you week in, week out. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So don't forget to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. Over there with the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Without you, there would be no one. So again, we thank and appreciate each and every one of you, even if you're just sliding in to say, hey, if you're one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of our many different sponsors, again, without you, there would be no one. So thank you for your continued support. Show these drivers that love and make sure you drop them that thumbs up. One lap away from lap number 90 going on the board. That's going to leave us with just about 36 laps remaining here tonight. Jumping back around that top 10 position, Justin Gann going to go side by side with John McMillan Jr. for 4th and 5th. Hunter Collier awaiting at the wings, the 38 Peak Racing. Chevy Silverado looking good here tonight, running right where he qualified. How about the run? There you go. We can spit it out, I promise. The 26 of Bailey Dutton with an amazing run here tonight. Dutton up 7 positions from where he qualified. Just silent killer here tonight. Behind the wheel of that 26 truck, Dutton runs in 7th. Previous race winner, Dalton Fredericks, up into 8th. He is your highest running previous race winner in the field. Wasserman back to Carter Casey, rounding out your top 10. So hopefully we've got all the sounds figured out for you. Hopefully everything's right and everything sounds wonderful. I know the trunks sound absolutely amazing. Getting around this track here, let's take a look at the battle just inside of your top 15. Then we can find Nick Hunt, Jerry Cochran the 3rd, and Willie Nelson. How about the turnaround for Nelson? Involved in early incidents here tonight. He was caught up involved in our first caution, involved in our second caution. And somehow has been able to turn his night around behind the wheel of that 25 machine, sitting in 15th, up 11 positions from where he qualified. Great recovery here tonight for the man that loves to be on the road again. Willie Nelson gonna come back across the stripe. Remain in that 15th position, but looking for a handful more. Stephen Ayers Jr. right here as well. Great run tonight for that 62 truck. Positions changing inside of the top 5. McMillan Jr. going to take back that 4th spot from Justin Gann, but not a lot to be said at the front. Todd Gray starting to open up a gap, half a second between himself and David Durant Jr. for the overall race lead. More battles going on just outside of your top 20. Let's take a look right here. John Wimbish, Brian Hitz, and Brinson Hutt all going at it. That's going to be 21st, 22nd, and 23rd on the racetrack. And here we are late in the race. John Wimbish down 18 positions from where he qualified. Again, the troubles continue to plague the 56 team so far this season. We're not trying to throw salt in the wounds. We're not trying to call anybody out. But Wimbish just seems to... trouble just seems to find him, right? Again, we talked about it in our pre-race in qualifying and leading up to the green flag tonight. You know, could Wimbish finally put a full race together? We got trouble at the front. Justin Gann with big issues. Gann with big issues and a big hit. And that's going to end Justin's night. I can pretty much assure you that. Oh, no, big-time issues. Let's go check the Simbox replay. And, oh, across the nose. We've seen this one before. Up the track and across the nose. He's going to get turned into that outside wall. And there it is. Just up the track enough to catch that left rear quarter in the 30 of Justin Gann. Hard impact into the outside wall, and that's going to put him immediately onto pit road. We're going to see, do we got an onboard camera, guys? All right, we've got that onboard camera shot. Let's take a look from behind the wheel. That is a massive hit. But how about Carter Casey, man? Just narrowly missing that one. Man. Craziness here as we go back live, and one man willing to roll the dice to stay out on the track. He's going to have significantly older tires. We'll see if this is just a points play to get Rominger a lap led. Not so sure I like the strategy. Just about... looks to be about 22 laps difference on the tires here. And I think on a wide open track like this, I think that's just too much to give up. But at this point in time, if you call Rominger down to pit road now, yeah, you've gained that point for leading a lap. But at what cost? At what expense? If he were to come to pit road now, he is going to lose a ton of positions. And there it is. They're going to call him to pit road. I'm not so sure I agree with the strategy, but hey, again, that's why I'm up here in the booth and not on those boxes down there anymore. Sometimes drivers not liking the calls, and yeah, you know, I just keep it like it is. I refuse to sugarcoat it, and I'm just a bold strategy for Rominger if he had stayed out. But I think this may be a bad decision. You know, again, we're gonna keep it. And as they like to say, we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it 100 with you. Rominger going to drop all the way outside of the top 25. Just a little over 25 laps remaining. We're going to have about 28 or so laps remaining when we go back green flag racing. And that is asking a lot from your driver. That is asking a lot out of the truck. That's essentially one pass every single lap to the end to get to first place. Now, We do have a few drivers coming back down pit road to top off with fuel. Jerry Cochran III, Tommy Haynes, Jerry Cochran Jr., Larry Poling, all coming back down pit road. So that is going to help Rominger out. That's going to get him a little closer to a top 20 position, but I'm not sold on this strategy. I don't think you can explain it enough for me to say I get it. We seen Jared Lipster get caught on pit road. He struggled to get around that top 20, and he was a top 3 car, top 3 truck prior to that pit stop. So, I mean, things going to get heated up here for sure. Coming to the end of the race, driver's going to be a little more aggressive. But putting yourself behind the 8 ball like that, you're going to have to be super aggressive, and it could possibly backfire. We'll see how it all goes. We'll see how they run as my good buddy Hugo gets that Chevy Silverado out the way, and the boss man in the flag stand ready to drop that green flag once again. Gray into the restart zone, all the gas in, green flag flies. So once again, here from Chicagoland. Lap 100 goes on the board as we go back. Green flag racing here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Durant Jr. able to keep that second position with John McMillan Jr. close behind the 26 of Bailey Dutton. Looking to make some moves. He's going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack. We'll look for that third spot. Big run to the bottom now. Durant Jr. able to turn that 24 truck to the bottom, and he will reclaim the top spot. It took him a little while to get back to it, but he is now scored as your race leader once again, the 24 of David Durant Jr. battling side by side down the backstretch with Todd Cray to his outside. Cray with a little bit of drafting help, but down to turn 3 there you can see that 24 able to drive it deep into the center of the corner, and it's going to pay dividends on corner exit. 24 bottom of the racetrack, running the apron, looking for the short way around, unable to clear that. 21 is Todd Cray, going to pinch him down just a little bit. Get some of the air off of the right side. 24 truck and Todd Cray going to go back to the race lead. It's going to be a back and forth seesaw battle here for the overall top spot. Excuse me. Again, a lead swap and a crossover. Here comes Cray at the bottom. A little bit of a late move to look for the block for the 24. Durant Jr. going to have to skate up to the top of the racetrack. That opens the door wide open for Cray on the bottom. Close at a 2. And close racing action here. You want to know what racing's all about? Let's take a look. Off of the front end, the man running in third. He's getting to see all this action unfold front and center. John McMillan Jr. look to the high side, not going to take that run just yet. He'll stay third in the line of watching as Durant Jr. trying to get that C2 graphics, number 24. Out front. And again, McMillan Jr. has to whop the throttle and jump out of the gas a little bit. Let's take a look off in the tail. A big wreck behind. Oh my gosh. Big trouble behind and a big mess as we see caution flag fly once again. Oh man. Jared Lipster, Nick Hunt involved in this one. You can see Rominger. Did he catch a piece of this? Big time trouble. Now let's go back. Let's check the replay. Let's see if we've got a shot of this one high above with the turn 3 drone cam. The sim box replay. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. That is a devastating blow, and there it is. More devastating news. The 9 of Rominger going to pick up a big piece of damage. Let's take one more look at it. Oh my gosh. Nick Hunt. Oh my. One more time, one more look. jockeying for positions and running out of real estate up across the nose, and hard impact into the outside wall. Oh, there's the big impact by Mike Rominger. Rominger nowhere to go. He's going to collect himself in this one. So it looks like 5-6 drivers caught up involved in our latest incident. Caution number 5 going to fly here from Chicagoland Speedway. Larry Poling receiving a waiver out, getting one of his laps back. So that's going to vote well for Poling in his night behind the wheel of that 69 machine. But we talked about it, right? Putting yourself behind the 8 ball. Rominger elected to stay out to lead a lap. That put him deep in the field behind a ton of cars. Nowhere to go. He's going to catch a piece of this one, and is going to put it into a great run and a great night for that ChevyAccessories.com Chevy Silverado, piloted by Rominger, the number 9, on pit road for what should be, or could be, an extended stay. Already losing a lap, so there you go. From battling inside of your top 5, now listed 1 lap down at the course of less than 10 laps. That's just how quick things can happen. And again, we don't want to say it's because of the decision to come to pit road, but it's a possibility. If he had stayed out, even on those older tires, he may have been able to avoid this one, keep himself out of trouble. Sure, he was going to be behind the 8 ball, but I don't know. I think I'd rather defend as opposed to have to play catch-up. So let's paint a picture for this latest restart. Todd Cray, one of the best in the business, behind the wheel of, well, any car. Cray, one of those drivers that has just an uncanny knack for racing. It doesn't matter if you put him behind the wheel of an Xfinity ride, a Cup Series, you pick the generation of it, it doesn't matter. Cray is one of those drivers that adapts quickly to the cars and trucks that he is thrown into. It always seems to find a way, always seems to run well. And here are the closing stages. A wily veteran in control of the restart could be pretty dangerous. The man that's going to line up behind him, John McMillan Jr., he's no slouch. Very hot streak on Tuesday nights here with Swift Motorsports in the Cup Series. Victory lane twice already this season behind the wheel of his Cup car. Ken McMillan Jr. going to victory lane for the first time in the trucks here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. We've got less than 20 to go. 17 when we cross the stripe, this time by Bossman of the flag stand. Get ready. The fans are on their feet, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Chicagoland Speedway. Ray with that great start again. He's going to jump out to a decent lead here. McMillan Jr. struggling on that bottom lane. 2 cars on the high side going to make their way by. Dutton going to look for third. Great recovery for Dalton Fredericks. Now inside of the top 5. Brian Wasserman right there in 6th. Willie Nelson. Man, good old Willie getting it done. I'm rooting for him. I've got to tell you what, I'm rooting for that 25. Not just because 25 is my favorite number, it is. It's my race number whenever I happen to get out there on the track. But man, from a guy that had trouble on caution 1, involved in caution number 2, to turn his night around from being a lap down at one point, all the way now inside of the top 10, knocking on the door of a solid top 5. Job well done. Perseverance at its finest. On display behind the wheel of that number 25 with Willie Nelson sitting in 8th now as Carter Casey going to put the real tree number 2 to the bottom of the racetrack and take that position away. Things getting heated at the front with 15 to go. We'll drop that Tommy in scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver here tonight as we come to the closing laps here in the Chi-Town Shootout. Back across the stripe, 14 to go. Todd Cray shows the way. So again, thank everybody for joining us here tonight, and a big shout out to every one of the sponsors jumping on board, making things happen here this season with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, powered by Ayers Eye Racing Paints and Swift Motorsports. Big shout out to Ayers Eye Racing Paints, helping sponsor the season of the trucks, helping sponsor the Cup Series as well. So a big tip of the cap to Ayers Eye Racing Paints. If you're in the market for a new driver suit, you need a new helmet, maybe a new wrap altogether, check them out at AyersEyeRacingPaints.com. We'll cross the stripe with 12 laps to go. We'll continue our sponsor shout outs. Beef Jerky Unlimited, some of the best beef jerky around the world. They've got it all for any palate, sweet to spicy. They've got it all. Not just beef jerky, they've got chicken jerky, turkey jerky, as well as pork jerky. And a caution flag gonna save us from our sponsors. All right, well, maybe that's the wrong way to put it. Gonna keep us from running down all of our sponsors as Trumbull for Tommy Haynes and Hunter Collier. They're both going to be caught up and involved in this one. Let's go check the replay. What happened with Hayes? Haynes right there. Oh, the 26 of Dutton going to have a moment. The 38 going to be in. Oh my gosh, big hit there for the 17. Big hit for the 38 of Collier as well. Handful of drivers going to come in here and miss, but a handful of drivers going to be caught up and involved in this. Let's take one more look here. There's the contact as Dutton moves up the track into the 38. Big hook from the 17. Big hit from the 5. Yeah, so multiple drivers going to be involved in this one. Looks like 5 or 6 to be exact going to be caught up and catch some damage off of this one. As we head back out front, back behind the pace car, and it looks like drivers coming to pit lane. So as drivers head to pit lane, we're going to continue our shout out to all of our sponsors that have made things work here this season for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Beef Jerky Unlimited, as we said. Mountain Mafia Kennel, some of the best American bully breeders in the Southeast. You can find them right here nestled in the mountains of western North Carolina. Find them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Once again, that's Mountain Mafia Kennels. Butt Kicker, as always, feel what you've been missing. Butt Kickers haptic transducers can bring all the excitement right there to your racing rig. Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. Big shout out as well to Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. Some great deals both at the lot and on the website www.DaleEarnhardtChevy.com. You can tell Tommy David the Cave sent you. It's not gonna get you anything off the car, but maybe you can barter a better deal. Letting them know that Dave sent you over there. Got an amazing black on black, blacked out 2023 Trailblazer sitting just outside of the driveway. Couldn't be happier with that purchase. And while you're at it, while you're there, stop on by the Original Intimidator Souvenir Shop. That's right, authentic original gear at the very first original Intimidator spot. That's Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet, located in Newton, North Carolina. I want to give a big shout out also to Admin Box, helping sponsor things here this season with Swift Motorsports. Another big shout out to all of the admins and owners over there at the Out of Work RP server on the 5M side of things. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, find out in city. Just saying. Big shout out to everybody back over there. Our good buddy Joe Hugo coming in, pulling some pace car duties for us here tonight. Big shout out to Joe, the boss man in the flag stand. A little bit busy here tonight up there at the flag stand. A lot of flags to wave as we are under caution for the 6th time. We're going to get the 1 to go signal this time by, so it's going to be a bit of a shootout to the checkered flag. And we've got a bit of a mix-up here at the front of this field. The running order has been turned on its head. Daly, Stephen Ayers Jr., John Wimbish, Brenton Hunt, Lee Campbell, all elected to stay out on track. Lee Campbell, Jerry Cochran III, Jarrett Lipsher, Ben Miller, all drivers with much older tires. Then the guys that just pitted, the guys that were at the front. Brian Wasserman, he's going to pull some strategy moves. The 57, you can see him right there. The Mexican Pale Ale 57 machine will line up just to the outside of Ben Miller in the 10th position. He took right sides and fuel only. Rest of the field, 4 tires. Ken Cray, Durant Jr., maybe McMillan Jr., Carter Casey. Can they work their way back to the front? We'll find out here in just a short few laps. Pace truck ducks off. We roll to the Geico restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Chicagoland. LZ Daly walks away with a great restart here. Can Wimbish keep it near the front? Stephen Ayers Jr. up 21 positions as he's going to give up that 3rd spot to Brinson Hunt on the bottom of the racetrack. 7 laps to go. 6 when we cross the line this time by, and here comes those moves. David Durant Jr., John McMillan Jr. making some moves. Todd Cray getting freight train, and caution. Caution on the racetrack. We've got more trouble. More trouble as we see the caution flag fly here for the 7th time in the Chi-Town Showdown. And just like that, we're going to bring this thing back to a crawl. We're going to have ourselves, looks to be an unofficial green-white checkered attempt. Trying to look at the things here. David Durant Jr. from outside of the top 10. He's going to move into the 7th position. Make no bones about it. That 24. He ain't scared. He's going to make some moves. Todd Correa unable to go anywhere on this latest restart. He's going to stay outside of the top 10, running in the 12th position. Shane Bliss going to bring the 97 down to the attention of the crew. Brian Hintz, Daniel Krim, Hunter Collier all on pit road this time by. So, I mean, man, I don't know what to say. Right, I'm sitting here looking through the speed charts, looking at timing and scoring. Fastest lap of the race, 30:70, turned in by the man that will be starting outside row number 1. We talked about Wimbish needing to just find a way to connect the dots, find a way to put it all together, to piece a complete race together. And here he is with what will be a 3-lap run to the checkered flag, with the outside opportunity of walking away with the checkered flag. He was mired back in traffic less than 30 laps ago. He was outside the top 20. But some good strategy calls has put that 56 back inside the top 10, back inside the top 5, and he will fight for a chance at a checkered flag. A lot of fresh faces at the front of the field fighting for their first checkered flag performance this season. Could we see a 4th new race winner in our first 4 weeks of racing action here with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series? I'm going to safely, well, I shouldn't say safely bet, but I'm going to bet yes. No previous race winner inside of your top 10. I think we're going to see a surprise in victory lane. I think we're going to see a driver that we haven't really spoke about. And we're not going to speak about him very much, because you know how that broadcaster curse works. And with this being a green-white checkered attempt, we don't want to jinx anybody at this point. We want to let the dice fall where they may. And we're going to see which one of these drivers can get the job done. Your pole sitter, Justin Gann, caught up, taken out of the race with an early incident, gets hooked into the outside wall. We've seen it happen multiple times here tonight. Drivers fighting over real estate, touch a little, and the man on the bottom unfortunately pays the price. In your pole sitter, Justin Gann, led a handful of laps, but he's going to finish outside of the top 25, so a tough night turned in for that Rich DPC number 30 machine of Gann. Side by side at the front, we're ready to roll once again. Daly will bring us back to the green flag, this time by out of 4. Hugo, let's go. Pace car in, left-hand turn ahead of ourselves. There it is. Down and away into the restart zone and on the gas. Green flag. Oh, we got trouble. Trouble at the start and big time trouble now. Big time trouble. Big time trouble on the start of this one. Looked like a spin of the tires on that inside lane out of Daly. And that's going to cause some problems. So let's go back here. Let's see if we can't see what happened. Pace truck goes in. Bailey on the gas. Actually, that's going to be the previous restart. Let's see if we can't get you back. Guys, you went a little too far back. Let's see if we can't get that one re-logged up. And waiting to get the one to go. There it is. Thumbs up. Here it is. Let's check it out. And all the gas up the track. Across the nose of John Wimbish. Big time trouble for a handful of drivers. Handful of drivers caught up involved in this one. Mike Rominger involved. The 98 of Brinson Hunt involved. The 45 going to catch a piece of this one as well. So things changing rapidly at the front with drivers having trouble on those old tires. That's going to put the race lead in the hands of this man. We haven't talked about him very much here tonight. Behind the wheel of that Warren Tire Service Center's number 14, Toyota Tundra First time a Toyota has led here tonight. Lee Campbell will bring us back to the green flag. You know, we're going to visit what just happened. Daly staying out on some older tires, got on the gas. I don't want to say goosed it a little bit, but maybe a little bit hard on the gas. Rear tire spin, goes up the track just a little bit, collects himself across the nose of that 56 of Wimbish. That's going to send Wimbish into the wall, and with a big hit, he's going to now head to pit lane. So the good night gone away. The blink of an eye for Wimbish. He's going to be back in damage control. Hoping, praying that we have ourselves a little more trouble. He's able to make his way through and navigate around the chaos. But again, another green white checkered attempt. And it looks like the field coming to a bit of a crawl here. As it looks like field waiting on the pace truck. And Campbell coming to all but a complete stop here. As there goes the pace truck. Sometimes the pace truck can take its good old time getting to the front of the field, and that's going to be on display right there. The 14 going to have to all but get completely out of the gas. Drivers doing a great job checking up behind them, not to run all over each other here. And let's take a look. Stephen Ayers Jr., you can see some significant damage above that right front fender. You can see the tire sticking out. That's going to hamper his chances getting into the corner, getting into turn number 1. So what's going to happen behind him? Right, you got the 24 of David Durant Jr. on the bottom of the racetrack. The Grayson Jade Photography, number 72 of Jerry Cochran Jr. He's going to start outside row number 2 in that 4th position. Heavy damage on the 98. John McMillan Jr. looks to be clean, but how much damage did he pick up in that melee? So 8th caution of the night. Pace truck lights, they're off. We're ready to roll once again. Side by side down the back stretch. We're going to unleash the beast once again as we have reached overtime here at the Chi-Town Showdown. Passing that 125 lap official race distance. Drivers are pushing over 190 miles of racing. Here tonight. Will we see this thing finish up this time around, or will we see another caution flag fly? I don't know. I just know business about to pick up. It's about to go down and on the gas. Green flag flies. Big checkup at the front of the field. Everybody anticipating the start. Big checkup, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide heading into 1. Oh my gosh. That is definitely not going to work. And coming out on the back end of things, Stephen Ayers Jr. falling like a rock. David Durant Jr. skates away from this one with the top spot, but here comes Cray. Todd Crane to the bottom of the racetrack. Big trouble behind. Big hit. McMillan Jr. into the wall. The 57 involved. Rosserman goes around. Big hit for the Mexican Pale Ale. Number 57 machine. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was a big time hit. Let's see if we can't go back and check this latest replay. There's the contact. There's the trouble. The 58, the 57, the 15. All going to be involved in this one. Coming in late with another big hit. My goodness, Harrison Mitchell. Dude, oh, man. Watch this hit here. 57 down the track, and there it is. Massive, massive hit for Ben Miller, too. Big time trouble here, and it looks like we'll go back under caution once again with David Durant Jr. back out front. Todd Cray right behind him. Lee Campbell sitting in third. So you want to be a race car driver, huh? Hits like that may make you rethink it. Right, heavy, hard impact there for multiple drivers. Multiple hits there for the 57 of Wasserman. Big contact with the outside wall. Another big hit as he was sliding helplessly back down across the track and to get sent all the way back out to that outside safer barrier. So just a devastating blow to his run here tonight. The 15 with an amazing run. The 57 with a great night as well. And both are going to watch fantastic finishes fly right out the window. The next thing we're going to visit here looks like this may be our third attempt or our final attempt at a green-white checkered finish, but we're going to look at the fuel situation. Drivers sitting 1 and 2. Last to pit road back on lap 115. That is over 15 laps ago. We've seen drivers only stretching at about 25, 27 laps on fuel. What this does, sure, you can save a little bit of fuel, but when it's time to restart, you can't save. You gotta mat it to the floor. You gotta pray it sticks. You gotta go. There's nothing else you can do at this point in time. You gotta stand and pray, as I like to call it. You stand on the gas. You pray to God everything works out. So here we are, lap 132 on the board. 17 laps after these front runners came to pit road. Handful of drivers behind them came to pit road earlier. Lee Campbell back on lap 105. Brinson Hunt was last on to pit road on lap 96. Could he be on the verge of running out of fuel? We've yet to see that happen so far this season. Could it happen here tonight at the wide open High Banks Chicagoland Speedway? It looks like Frederick's trying to warm them tires up, get them ready to stick. Hopefully they work. Race leader David Durant Jr. going to pick the high side for the restart. That's going to open the door on the inside for Cray. Control car will have the advantage. Can the grid rankings, C2 graphics, number 24. Bring it to victory lane. We'll find out in a moment. Pace truck in. And we are underway as green flag flies once again here from Chicagoland. We're going to go ahead and drop that timing scoring right away for you. Todd Craig digging on the bottom. Great restart for the 21, and he's going to grab that top spot. By the time they work off of 2, he's going to keep it down on the bottom of the racetrack, not allowing the crossover into 3. Craig with the preferred position to get a stay at the bottom. Big run through the corner as the 24 all over the rear deck lid. He's going to open the door down to the inside. White flag flies. Final lap here in the Chi-Town Showdown. Close racing between the 21 and 24. Side-by-side action through 1 and 2. They'll drag race on corner exit. Cray with the advantage. They are close into 3. Look for the slide job here. Cray gonna go way up the racetrack. Look for the momentum. Here comes the 24 back to the bottom. Cray gonna crowd him. They touch and across the line. Durant Jr. able to take that top spot. Todd Cray gonna walk away second. And Dalton Fredericks. What a recovery here tonight. Fredericks will finish in 3rd. What a race, what a night for this man right here, walking away with his very first win this season. The Milwaukee native gonna get the job done, and DJ got to head into victory lane. So the fans had to stay for a handful of extra miles, but it's all worth it for David Durant Jr. He's gonna walk away with the checkered flag. Bring it to the front stretch for a little bit of a smoke show post-race celebration in order so as Durant enjoys his post-race celebration. We're going to step away for just a brief sponsor break. Get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go away where race fans will be right back. in backtrack side. Getting ready for post-race interviews, and we've got some developing stories. Looks like what would have been a terrific turnaround and a fine finish for that 21 of Todd Cray will be no more. Cray unfortunately picking up a black flag on that last restart, and he will unfortunately lose that second position. So that's going to move around your finishing order. So let's see if we can grab and have a word with the man that walked away at the end of the day, sitting on the podium, sitting in that third spot here tonight. Bailey, it's Dave. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, good to talk to you here behind the wheel of that 26 machine. You had a pretty eventful night. You seen a handful of cautions happen right in front of you. You seen some heavy damage from a few drivers, some crazy perspectives on those final few restarts. How were you able to keep it clean and walk away with a good, solid finish tonight from Chicago?
A lot of this was pure luck. Nothing but luck. There was so much stuff happening in front of me at times that I was just like, oh, Jesus, please make it.
Well, you know, sometimes you just got to do, I'm not sure which country singer said it, but, you know, Jesus take the wheel, and maybe if it worked tonight, I mean, hey, I wouldn't suggest taking your hands off the wheel too much, though.
There was a few times I did. I ain't gonna lie.
I pulled the Danica, huh? No, I'm just kidding. Just poking.
There was a time where I did pull the Danica.
Well,
I don't know if you got it on camera, but I did it.
You walk away with a good finish here. You're going to come away with third place points tonight. You came into tonight's race sitting, I believe, sixth in the overall point standings. It looks to be about 23 points or so out of the points lead. You're going to make your way towards that top spot. Going to be a long road ahead of us, though. Only 4 races in. How you feeling about the rest of this year?
Gotta have some things go our way, but I mean, I feel like I can get up there and contend. I just last few races I've been caught up in some stuff that set me back throughout the race, and it's always difficult to claw your way back up to the front. So if I could get a few races go my way, I feel like I can sneak my way back up there.
Well, you got this one to fall into your lap here towards the end of tonight's race in the Chi-Town Shootout, a showdown here from Chicagoland Speedway. So before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening, Bailey, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, first, you for covering the race. Like I always say, you do a great job. So I enjoy going back and watching. Justin and Don for hosting this league, and anyone that sponsors this league. I think that's all I got for now. Drawing a bit of a blank.
It happens to the best of us. Sometimes I end up quiet, and everybody's like, "Well, are you gonna say something?" And then I snap out of it, and back it to the motor mouth that I am. But nonetheless, Bailey, a heck of a run for you tonight. Walking away with third place points. Congratulations on your podium finish, and we'll see if we can catch up with you next week. Until then, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
10-4, thank you.
All right, there you go. Final few words from the man that walks away with the final spot on the podium here tonight, finishing in third. Bailey Dutton will pick up that final spot on the podium, and that's going to move us right along in the running order to the man that was looking for his first truck win, was not quite able to get it, but able to secure a solid second place showing here tonight behind the wheel of that All-Star 15 TV number 20 machine. Dalton, it's Dave. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Well, a little bit of well, I guess you can call it surprising news. You crossed the line as third. Late race officials deemed a penalty on that 21 truck, so that's going to move you into second place. You can't be too upset about that.
No, our All-Star 15 TV Ford F-150 ran great all race. We kind of got shuffled to the back early on, and we were able to fight our way back to the front. And I think with the help of all them cautions and all them wrecks right there at the end, it really helped us lunge forward and get the, well, was going to be P3 finish and now P2 finish. So very happy today with our strong run.
Well, Dalton, you came into tonight's race sitting second. The overall points just 6 points out of that points lead. You were able to finish a handful of positions in front of Carter Casey, your points leader coming into tonight's race. It's going to be very close as we head into next week on who has that overall points lead. But I got to ask you a question here. Would you rather be up there with the points lead early in the season, or would you rather have it coming to you a little bit later on?
Well, I think I would rather have it early. That way, if you make a mistake or you have a bad race or whatever, you have a little bit of a cushion to start off with. And if you can stay up to the top and just maintain, that's perfect.
Well, I think you're going to have an opportunity coming up here in the next few weeks to accomplish that and get up there and really have a control of the rest of your season, really be able to manage those points from here on out. But again, congratulations on a great second place here tonight. To be in it, you got to be there at the end. You were able to make your way through some mishaps and get yourself near the front of the field. Job well done, my friend. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yes, I'd like to thank Hutch Sports Racing, an independent AMS oil dealer. Everyone back at the shop. We're a very great team. I'm very happy with what we've been able to accomplish these last couple weeks in this series, both in the trucks and the Cup Series. We've been working very good together on strategy and helping each other out on track. So, great group of guys to be with. I'd also like to thank Nerds Doing Nerd Things, Detoured by Design LLC, Drinking Bows Auto Racing Groups. I'd like to thank Broken Oak Kennels, and I believe that's it. So, and thank you to my parents also for what they've done for me. They've given me a lot of opportunities, and I've been very thankful for it. So, and thank you for broadcasting, Dave.
Absolutely my pleasure to bring all the great racing to the fans across the land. Out watching each and every Monday and Tuesday night. They can catch you tomorrow night as well here with Swift Motorsports. So again, Dalton, congratulations on a great showing here tonight from Chicagoland. We'll see how you do at Atlanta tomorrow night in the Cup Series. But until then, my friend, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words for the man that walks away second here tonight. Dalton Fredericks got a look to claim the top spot in the overall point standings, but claiming the checkered flag here tonight behind the wheel of that 24 truck. He's going to get the grid rankings. 24 across the start-finish line, first picking up his very first checkered flag this season. David, it's Dave. You got a copy?
How you doing, Dave?
Well, we're just going to have the Dave and Dave show from here on out. I like the ring of it. I like the sound of it. Season's over. You win. No, I'm just playing, just kidding. Great run for you tonight. How were you able to find the speed under the hood all night long? Because it looked like no matter where you started from, you found your way to the front, restart after restart.
Well, it was just those late restarts, when we were all bunched up together. Just able to knife way through the field. I was hoping that it finished green the rest of the way, because like the long run on this track was coming to me, and I was catching some guys that they were even in the draft. Long run. So, but I mean, a win's a win. I mean, we got third last week, and we take a checkered flag here. This is not one of my strongest tracks. Surprisingly, I don't know how, but I mean, it was a great finish with myself and Todd at the end. Beating and banging. Always gotta like that. I mean, the last few restarts, we were in the right place in the right time. I think someone spun the tires and just caused a big old checkup. So I mean, be at the right place at the right time, and and what happened happened. So we'll definitely take it.
Now you mentioned part of it there. We're gonna talk about it for just a moment, uh, but that late race caution. You came down to pit road. Yourself, Todd Crane, a handful of drivers came to pit road on lap 115, just 10 laps away from the official race distance. Was there much talk on the radio about whether to stay or to come, or was there no thought about it? You were coming to get those tires.
I think there was a little bit of both. We were thinking about staying out and see if there was gonna be like another late race caution, but we decided let's just take the last set of tires that we had, and just all balls to the wall on the last 7 laps of green flag, and just try to knife our way through the field and hopefully something goes our way, which it did for the most part. We, like I said, avoided those last couple of crashes right there during the restart. So like I said, we're in the right position, um, and we just went to work. I mean, we'll definitely just we'll definitely take it. Just those late race restarts are just key because if we were in dirty air, it just the truck just got really tight. You had to really go crazy and go really hard to force yourself to make a pass. So you had to wait for others to make a mistake or burn the right rear up a little bit and catch them with the draft. So it is what it is. Well, like I said, we'll take it. Almost got wrecked by Todd there at the end, but I mean, we were somehow able to keep it clean and not take anyone else out at the line.
Yeah, it was an amazing finish between you and the 21 machine. Were beating and banging, had some real old school short track feels coming to that checkered flag, but nonetheless, you were able to get the job done, walk away with your very first Truck Series win. We'll see if that momentum carries over into next week, but for now, we'll let you enjoy this and soak up all the champagne in Victory Lane. So before we let you go for the final time, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Well, just a thank to you, Dave. You do a really great job on the broadcast. Like I said, I watch it every night when I have a chance to. The night after. So I mean, you do a really great job by yourself. Just thank Swift Motorsports for letting me run this league. I mean, a great group of guys. They're really fun. They're really fun to run with. Try to keep it clean as possible. It's hard with the trucks a little bit, but I mean, for the most part, we're pretty good. And thank Radius Racing, who I race with. My team, it's minor leagues. Just thank them for letting me opportunity for let them race for them and just keep piling on the win. So last I checked, it's like win 84 for us, Radius Racing. So we're just gonna keep adding on to the pile.
Well, again, my man, I hope it's not the last time we speak. I think it's gonna be this is just a prelude of what we're gonna see throughout the year. You've been fast week in, week out, as you mentioned earlier. A podium finish last week. You're gonna improve that to a checkered flag finish here this week. So getting comfortable here in these post-race interviews, and we enjoy having you. We'll see how many more times we get to talk to you over the course of the rest of this season. But until then, as always, enjoy this win, stay safe, and keep it fast.
All right, thank you, Dave.
All right, there you have it. David Rand Jr. going to walk away with his first race-winning performance in checkered flag here tonight at the Chi-Town Showdown from Chicagoland Speedway. You heard it from him, from the window to the walls. No, I'm just kidding. Absolutely. Window opened, the opportunity was there, and he snatched it and secured his first checkered flag. I know that man couldn't be any more happier behind the wheel. The team backing him as well. So a great job here tonight from that 24 truck. What a run. What a race. What a night here from Chicagoland Speedway. And it appears producers ready to roll. So as we get ready to cut off the lights and roll up the cords, let's run down your unofficial race results here in the Chi-Town Showdown for the Performance Truck Series, brought to you by Ayers Eye Racing Paints and Swift Motorsports. Checkered flag belongs to the 24 of David Duran Jr. Todd Cray not going to finish in second. Craig going to pick up a penalty. Dalton Frederick's going to come home in second with Bailey Dutton back in fourth. Lee Campbell in fifth. Carter Casey, Gary Wells, Brinson Hunt, Elsie Daly, and Daniel Cribb will round out your top 10. Willie Nelson, the long road home to 25. Going to have a great night. Finished 15 spots ahead of where he qualified. Willie comes home in 11th. Hunter Collier back in 12th with Shane Bliss in 13th. Jared Limster going to fall through the field back to 14th. The Grayson Jane Photography 72 of Jerry Cochran crosses the line in 15th. Jerry Cochran Jr. right behind him in 16th. Harrison Mitchell back in 17th. Larry Pulling going to bring the 69 Army Machine home in 18th with 19th going home with the Brian Wasserman. Brian hits back in 20th. Stephen Ayers Jr. going to drop to 21st with Mike Lominger right behind him in 22nd. The 15 of John McMillan Jr. 23rd tonight. 24th belongs to Ben Miller. John Wimbish, late race troubles in the Tide. 56 Sirius XM Machine comes home 25th. Gary May back in 26th. 27th belongs to Tommy Haynes with Nick Hunt. In 28th, 29th tonight from Chicagoland Speedway, John McMillan Sr. Early trouble catches out your pole sitter, and Justin Gann will finish in 30th. Brendan Freeze back in 31st, 32nd to Darren Clement, 33rd to Logan Hartman. That's going to round out your field. Big tip of the cap to both race control and admin officials here tonight, Don Kidder and Andy Starcher. Once again, what a race, what a night. If you haven't already, remember to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop the thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash that bell on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So for myself, Dave of the Cave, and everybody else back at the headquarters, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.